Who decides what you have for breakfast? Which socks you put on? How you go to work? Whether you grab an umbrella, what music to play? What shows up in your feed and what you are watching tonight? Here is one more. Who decides whether you'll actually hit the loo today or miss like usual? You think that's all you. No, not quite. Here's what happened at an Amsterdam airport. Man kept missing. Constantly. Management was spending serious money on cleanup. Signs saying be more accurate didn't even work. Warnings didn't work. So they put a tiny fly inside each urinal. Just a sticker, nobody said a word, but visitors unconsciously started aiming at them. The miss rate dropped by 80%. Cleaning costs fell by 8%. One sticker, that's it. This is nudge theory. A small invisible push that steers you toward a decision you weren't planning to make. But here is the real question. How many nudges are surrounding you right now? And who's actually pulling them? I'm Max Evans. Here we don't just talk about hot business and social topics. We dissect how they work from the inside. Let's dive in. Iceland wanted drivers to stop speeding. Not with fines, not with cameras. They painted 3D illusions directly on road crosswalks that look like they're floating in the air. Drivers instinctively slow down. Germany had a different problem, pedestrians crossing on red. So they turned the wait button into a ping-pong game. Now, while the light is red, you compete with a stranger across the street and you opponent every time. Suddenly, waiting doesn't feel like waiting anymore. At one Swedish metro station, they turned a staircase into a piano. Each step played a note. People got curious. They started walking up. No more crowding around the escalator. In Japan, grooves are cut into the tire. Drive at exactly the right speed and your tires play music. Evangelion spirited away. Go too fast, it sounds wrong. Too slow, nothing plays at all. Also, Lancaster, California has a similar road, except it plays like a broken synth, constantly out of tune. All of these nudges are visible. That's the easy version. The sneaky ones are the ones you can't see. Austria needed more organ donors. They didn't run a campaign. They didn't guilt anyone. They just made every adult a donor by default. Want to opt out? Go to an office. Fill out paperwork. Sit through bureaucracy. Most people never bother. Some don't even know the option exists. Donor numbers shot up. Let's talk about online. There are hundreds of this, and most of them are invisible algorithms. In the real world, you need to paint for 3D crosswalks and a budget to nudge someone to drive more carefully. Online, you need a rating. In insurance apps like Progressive Snapshot, an app tracks how hard you brake and accelerate. The safest drivers get a discount. Nothing's blocked, nothing's banned, but your driving changes. That's the online nudge. Quiet, invisible, and constant. Which brings us to the real engine behind it all. In 2012, a story about Target's algorithm went viral. The system predicted a teenage girl was pregnant before her own parents knew. Diaper coupons arrived at her father's address. How? Easy. The algorithm tracked purchases and built a pregnancy score. Switch to a different lotion because the smell of your old one suddenly annoys you, +1. Started buying vitamins, add another. Toss stretch mark cream in the cart and suddenly coupons are in the mail. This is called a rule-based algorithm. It's like if this, then that. A developer looks at the real world. If A, then B. Rigid, no flexibility, but it works. That's also why Amazon once recommended a balaclava to go with a baseball bat, because someone had bought them together. The algorithm can't think, it matches. You run into these every single day without noticing. Here's my favorite example: Uber prices in the rain. The algorithm doesn't know it's raining. It only knows one thing: fewer drivers than passengers. And the price goes up. When prices rise, drivers see high demand zones on the map. They can go there and earn more. Some specifically come online for this. On the other side of the equation, you, looking at the price, you can choose Metro, Bird, Lime, Scooter, or just walk. Still want Uber but save money? The algorithm offers options. Take Uber X share or wait a little. Each case, the ride costs less. Balance restored, price returns, all without humans. This is called a knowing algorithm. Knowing algorithms gave way to learning algorithms. Learning algorithms learn directly from user behavior. For example, you watch Marvel movies, you watch The Boys, you just finished Avengers. Netflix suggests Stranger Things. Not because someone decided that, because the algorithm found people exactly like you and checked what they watched next. Tinder ran the same logic until 2019. Every user had an attractiveness score, like chess rankings. Score of 800, the algorithm wasn't showing you someone with a 2400. When this leaked, it was everywhere. But the deeper question is, how does the algorithm actually understand you? That's where it gets interesting. But first, one important thing. I make videos for this channel every week, and growth could be better. And what really motivates me is literally your likes that I see on each video. So I really ask, if you truly enjoy this video, hit like, leave comments, subscribe. It supports me a lot. My goal is to help you see the real truth in this fast-changing world. Now let's continue. For an algorithm to understand you, it needs data. And it gets it. Do you know about cookies? Cookies are scattered everywhere throughout the internet. Their job is to collect your information. Cookies are like a survey you never agreed to take. No name required, but your language, your location, how often you visit the site, where you click, all of it gets logged. Every site is connected through this. Read about courses? Don't be surprised by a banner on the marketplace offering to buy them, and you agreed to this yourself. You just didn't read the terms. A company called Purple Wi-Fi ran an experiment. They buried a clause in their user agreement. Anyone connecting to their Wi-Fi must complete 1,000 hours of cleaning public toilets and unclogging sewers. 22,000 people checked the box. Of course, nobody cleaned anything, but the point stands, nobody reads agreements. Reading TikTok's full terms takes 31 minutes, Spotify 35, Microsoft a full hour of dry legal text. It's not that you're lazy, the task is genuinely designed to be impossible. This raw behavioral data, clicks, pauses, searches, scrolls, is what trains the neural networks underneath. A neural network watches what you do, likes, pauses, rewinds, how long you stay. It builds a portrait of you without you saying a single word. You listen to the Eagles, you rewatch Friends, you order Canadian bacon at 11 p.m. The algorithm understands. You are a boomer, recommendations adjusted accordingly, and you're happy because it actually fits. Modern algorithms even track seasonality. Ordered a fishing rod last summer, it won't suggest that in fall and winter. It'll wait. When May rolls back around, it suggests the inflatable boat. This network is called a transformer. Transformers find these connections without being told to look for them. And here is a very interesting result because of these personal picks. People stopped listening to music by albums. British singer Adele managed to get Spotify to remove the shuffle button from her album 30. Because the singer considers it a single story, a therapy you need to go through from start to finish. Algorithms broke the singer's idea and she had to restore it manually. Because the whole world already listens to new music by new rules in their personal playlists, one track at a time. But what's really hidden behind all this? The TikTok feed is compared to a slot machine lever. You scroll and each time it's either something interesting or not. This exact mechanism pulls you into a flow state. Watched one video about wild cucumber, and now they've taken over your entire feed. By the way, Netflix specifically changes its thumbnails for viewers. White people see regular versions, and black people see ones with black characters, even if they have minor roles in the film. The service basically says, look, here we tried for you. Here are people like you, go watch. Sounds harmless, but through these same mechanisms, you can influence all of society. YouTube by default can plunge any user into conspiracy theories. Watched one video, then another, and now your entire feed is conspiracies. That's exactly why YouTube specifically changed algorithms to output fewer conspiracy theories. And under videos on controversial topics, it started posting comments from Wikipedia itself. So you can go to a neutral source and read dry facts, but the scale of manipulation can be way more serious. 10 years ago, the analyst firm Cambridge Analytica launched a psychological test on Facebook. A couple-minute survey. Who doesn't love finding out their personality type, right? People took it without reading conditions. And in the conditions, it said the test collects not just your data, but data from all your friends. So without millions knowing, digital portraits of 87 million users leaked. And here's the scariest part. Research from Cambridge proved the algorithm needs to look at just 68 of your likes, and it'll guess your personality traits, political views and values more accurately than your colleague. After 150 likes, more accurately than your parents, and after 300, more accurately than your partner. What did they do with this? In 2016, they launched the Defeat Crooked Hillary campaign, specifically targeted at black voters in key states. The goal wasn't to convince them to vote for Trump, but simply to make them not show up to vote at all. White voters didn't see this ad. The same Cambridge Analytica helped Britain exit the EU and suppressed inconvenient candidates in Kenya. Social networks whose data they used fined $5 billion. In 2018, Cambridge Analytica went bankrupt. In 2024, in Romania, elections were annulled. An outsider won, whose videos went viral on TikTok. Just before voting, the algorithm saw activity in comments and pushed the video to the masses. Nobody knew his platform, but everyone saw him. This is called the filter bubble. Around each of us, algorithms build a cozy but isolated room. You see only what matches your worldview, talk only with those who think the same, and gradually stop hearing others. But what happens next? Elon Musk Neuralink implanted chips in 21 patients already. 12 of them right now control computers, phones and games just by thinking. In 2026, the company moves to mass production, so the chip already has access to these people's thoughts. But what if, in the future, these same technologies help algorithms understand us even better? Would you agree to such a future? Today, with one button click on Spotify, a stream of tracks launches, curated just for you, that even adjusts to your mood. And on Letterboxd, you see not just critics' ratings, but ratings from people with similar taste in film. For me, that's the most reliable indicator. Recommendation systems don't take control of your life. They just help you navigate an ocean of possibilities. Now imagine 2030. A dating app automatically puts today's date in your calendar. A smart speaker reads a motivational speech in the morning, in the spirit of Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter or Star Wars heroes, depending on what you loved as a kid. A map suggests 10 restaurants that fit both your tastes and your partner's. A weather app reminds you to take an umbrella because it'll rain today and immediately offers an alternative. Watch something together at your place. Movies with your favorite endings. Want happy ones? Sure. You're black, all heroes are black. You're Asian, all heroes are Asian. The question of what to eat with a specific show doesn't even come up. The algorithm knows. Algorithms won't decide what you eat, what music you listen to, and how you spend time, but they'll analyze your life and bring ready-made solution packages, as if you found them yourself. So now that you know this information, what will you do next? You decide. Main thing, don't lock yourself in your filter bubble. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel so we don't lose each other, and prepare even more interesting stuff ahead. See you in a week.